Alrighty, I'm back. I turned myself up just a smidge. Just a little bitty smidge. Boring! What? Well, are we also trying to simulate the randomness of people? Just looking for someone to talk with. Believe what? Butt-ass butt? Mature? Me too, buddy. No, not actually. Recognize me, please. The messages themselves... I've been finding myself more unsettled as I go. Been finding myself more unsettled. Open sesame. Yeah, yeah. What? What is that? What's funny about this is, Dark Souls has this concept, and supposedly this was made way before even Demon Souls. I would like very much to be desired. Every fourth or fifth message is... How many of these messages express, like, anxiety? You know? Anxiety, sadness, loneliness. The ratio has been high so far. I am compelled. Proceeding further will only result in misery. Take my hand. Let's jump together. I want to go down and see the painting. If I can reach it. Nothing matters. Don't talk about it that way. Hey, we found some positive feedback. Okay. See? Feeling emotions. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright, moving on. Moving on. I'm not safe. I'm just narrowing my eyes at the game. Stop faking it. There's almost a whispering noise in my ears. You see, there's something about it that I don't know, man. It's almost making me emotional and a bit unnerved at the same time. What's this one say? Well, yeah. That's a point about art in and of itself, isn't it? There you go. People theorizing about it. You know, when I look at this design, especially from a distance. It almost looked religious to me. All hail the great painting. You know, the area in the center. To praise it. Yeah. Who doesn't? Help, I am trying to speak. I just shuddered. Okay. We will all die someday. Stop pretending you're other people. It doesn't mean anything. It's about how this game is pretentious. Maybe I'll feel real someday. Two different comments saying that. Devil Tower Star. Almost nonsense. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. Okay. Did you beat the game?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here,
We saw this earlier.
I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Jesus Christ. He cut it up and spread it between worlds. That's oddly fitting, isn't it? Those 3 dots. They've been in just about every game, haven't they?
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Sure.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause.
It's not so bad in here.
Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
The space in between will grow on you. I'm starting to piece things together, I think. But I think we have to keep going. The part where I have to talk about this game may take 10-15 minutes, and I may have to organize my thoughts. The whispers stopped. I may have to organize my thoughts before recording that final segment. One comment. One note. Ugh. Just shuddered again.
Okay, this one is tough.
True.
It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
All right. I'm game. I am game. Oh, let's look at the view. That's also ominous. Why is that ominous? It's just, I don't know, it's symbolic, sacrificial, religious. Something about it. The fact that a hole would be at the edge of a cliff, basking in the sunlight. It's also the music, unnerves me a little. Okay. Sure. Accent light. Okay, we've transitioned from a house into the well.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
What? Put a hole in the ground. You're not gonna listen to me. 10 stoves. I'm thinking 10 by 12 recessed electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling lights with fluorescent trim. Oddly specific. That's not what I asked for, you bastard. I have a table. Who are you? Who are you? Tell me. What?
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
All right. Please walk forward. Do I have to? Yeah, probably. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Take care that I remember each step. There are the dots again. Is it almost like a signature? I'm not gonna remember this. Table, painting, light. I'm not gonna remember that. Table, painting, light, sofa, shelves. Okay. Is there any point to this? I'm asking the wrong question.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
Whoa.
Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something.
Okay.
And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created, and the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Okay. Oh, the lantern's supposed to represent the end of a level, right? I am unsettled. I can't move. Okay.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Yeah. Don't we all? Yes, paradox. So, in other words, you're always trapped in the prison, right? Okay.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
The fact that that is a satisfying conclusion, the conclusion answers the question
So
that
what would
is
it
the
look
mazes.
like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Okay.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Oh boy. Right. Uh-huh.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
This music. It's certainly something. Okay. Sure. Yeah, of course. Right as rain. Of course. Oh. Oh, tell me. Oh, I hate it when people do that. I wouldn't have said I wanted to hear it unless I wanted to hear it. Oh. Kitchen is in here. Strange design. We're all just human. Sure. I'm still almost a little unsettled, but at the same time, I'm comforted by the environment and the music. In the bedroom? I can't help but feel like the rug will be pulled out from under me somehow, but I don't know. Perhaps I'm reading too much into it. The Orchid Thief.
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels
What?
like cleansing. It's the moment
Yeah.
after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful. I know that Coda really liked this game.
Yeah,
Of
I
all
do
his
too.
work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
I'm smiling too right now. Can you feel it? Can you feel the happiness? You can. This is what I'm talking about. The soul. Look, and there he is talking about the soul. I just said it. I didn't read it first. Mm-hmm. It's not just the music. It's true. This is proof. You don't need... You don't need... How do I put... You can express emotions in the abstract. You don't need a 15-hour game in 3 hours of cinematics and 20,000 pages of writing to tell me how you feel and make me feel how you feel. A house where you do chores with nice music playing, cozy atmosphere, that can be enough sometimes. Just like a telephone booth where you call yourself can be enough to unsettle you. This is why games are not movies. They're different. It's the interaction. It's moving around in the world that the agency, it makes something, there's something extremely human about being able to touch and move. You know, we're watching a movie, we're just watching other people do it. It's not the same as doing it ourselves. Even if it's just walking and listening to someone talk. Ugh, rambling. I took a minute over there to see if I could find a better way to say that.
I'm glad he found some peace. But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Which, I was talking about moving around in the space. In games, that's something that you do, isn't it? As I said, I might have to write things down before I do whatever summary video I have at the end.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
We're in 2009 now.
This one gets a bit goofy.
Okay. We're in a lecture hall. Can't move. We're alone. I've been in lecture halls exactly like this, I'm sure. Did I? I'm in a different seat now. I don't. No one. No, it isn't. This is easy. It's so easy.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
And you are the... Kids should not follow their dreams.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Drinking is not hurting my life. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. All of the thoughts. I can't come up there, though. Run! Cthulhu's coming.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human.
Sure.
I think about this game a lot these days.
For good reason. It's fairly poignant, as was my reaction to the...
This one took a lot longer.
To the man at the lectern. It was... anger. My immediate reaction was frustration and irritation that this person could be so high and mighty when they were so clearly human. Something to chew on. Let's chew on more next time.